Hello, welcome to the Working Wednesdays broadcast. I am your host, Audra V. Hurd, and I'm so excited about tonight's show. We have a super fantastic guest who is joining us tonight. So I'm so excited to have her on deck tonight. She's excited to be here. We got a lot to share. So go ahead, do me a favor, like, share, tag the video, get someone on tonight. She's got a super great testimony, books out of this world. She is a serial author. She is a business owner, life coach, multiple businesses. So she's not just a serial author, she's a serial entrepreneur as well. So we click across the board in a whole lot of places because she knows what it's like to juggle multiple hats. So I'm excited to have her on tonight. We're going to be brief into our intro. So for those who might be joining me for the first time, I am Audra Hurd. I am the owner and CEO of IBG Publications, as well as Power to Love Enterprises and all that kind of good stuff. I'm an author, serial author as well. And I'm excited because I will be releasing my new book this week. It is called The Vow. And so for those who have not gotten your copy of The Vow, I want to show you what it looks like. So this is The Vow. It is a workbook. It's a personal journal and workbook for ladies. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about that later. Just want to do a shout out for that. My launch is this coming week, this coming Friday. I will be doing a virtual launch party. I'll be giving away door prizes, copies of my book, all kind of good stuff. So we just do a lot of stuff here on the Working Wednesdays broadcast. We primarily spotlight authors and business owners. So if you have a message or something that you'd like to share, do me a favor, inbox me either in my personal inbox. Just as you see my name on the screen is my personal profile, as well as IBG Publications. So we're not going to prolong the time. I do want to show one commercial clip tonight. It's just going to be one because we're going to jump right into our guest. So let's go ahead and get our first and only commercial break up tonight, which helps to promote my book, The Vow. So I will be back shortly. All right, I am back. So again, that is my book, The Vow. It'll be launching this coming Friday for the virtual launch party. But we're not going to have any further ado. If you're listening on the sound of my voice, please do me a favor. Like, share, tag the video, get someone on tonight. I do want to give a couple shout outs. I see some people are watching with us tonight. So, hey, let's see. Tam is on tonight. Tamora Johnson, my cohort in business. Hello, good evening. Author Tanya DeFreitas is on tonight, another cohort in business, one of my business partners. We are the founders of the women's community. It's called Beauty, Brains, Books, and Business. So if you are an author or a business owner and you have a message that you want to share, you're welcome to come and join our group. We have something going on literally every day of the week. So we share business tips, we promote books, we assist ladies in promoting their businesses, growing their businesses, and doing what God has called you to in the marketplace. So if you are a business owner or an author, come on over and join us in Beauty, Brains, Books, and Business. So a couple more shout outs. Let's see who else is on with us tonight. I see Ryan Austin is on. Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. Janelle is on. Janelle is a business owner and author as well. So she's a part of our community as well. And also, we are co-authors of the book Brutal Courage, which launches very soon. We'll be announcing that launch date in a short while. Our lead on the anthologist, she will be supplying the dates when the launch party will be coming up for that. Let's see who else is on. Kesey Monique, I see you on tonight as well. Tanisha, I got a couple devices going here, y'all. Tanisha is on. So good evening, everyone. Good evening from wherever you're joining us, whether it is on the IBG platform or if this video was shared somewhere where you are. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us. So we're going to go ahead and introduce our author tonight. Let me make sure that this video is showing as public. I forgot to do that. So y'all just bear with me one moment. I have to make sure this is public because if it's not public, when it's being shared, people won't be able to see the content. So good evening, everyone. Good evening. So we got that taken care of. So if you are sharing the video, it's going to be viewable wherever you are sharing it to. So I am bringing on the platform tonight none other than Venus Chandler, a woman of distinction. That just came to me. That just came to me for her. But let's go ahead and introduce Venus. So Venus is residing in Covina, California. She is originally from Akron, Ohio. That is right near my hometown. So we kind of close in the same neck of the woods. But Venus is the proud mother and grandmother to 3 children and 3 grandchildren. Her professional career spans from 33 dedicated years of nursing at various medical facilities such as Linwood Healthcare Center, Los Angeles Community Hospital, Bay Vista, and currently she's holding a nurse manager position at Lighthouse Healthcare Center for the past 6 years. So y'all know we're in the midst of COVID-19. Y'all know that our healthcare workers are on the front lines, literally battling for our lives. So make sure you shout her out in the comments and just say thank you. We are usually thanking our military service, but in this season that we're living in, we need to be thanking our healthcare workers, our nurses' aides, our doctors. We even need to be thanking those orderlies, those who clean up, and those who are phlebotomists. So if you know anybody in the medical industry, please send them a thank you right here in this moment. So thank you so much for what you do. Venus is a published author, speaker, and an advocate for survivors of childhood trauma. In 2016, when God delivered her purpose in life, which is to be an advocate for women and girls to find their power, purpose, and voice, she hit the floor running. Since discovering her own power, purpose, and voice, she is able to move freely in the purpose of God that was given to her. Since then, Venus has started her own organization called Girl Power Within. Girl Power Within was formed to help women come together to form sisterhoods, bonds, and friendships with other women because we are strength in numbers. The Bible says where there's unity, God commands the blessing. So we do have strength in numbers. Venus has also obtained her certification for her life coaching from McKell Life Coaching Services. And now she is the proud owner of Kintsugi Transformation Life Coaching Services. And she'll tell y'all what Kintsugi means. Having released her autobiography entitled A Silent Scream, My Truth, My Story, My Truth, she is living proof that you can go after all your dreams and achieve them one by one, and that everybody has purpose. So I'm so excited to go ahead and welcome her onto the platform tonight. Hello, how are you?
Hello. Hey.
Hey there, how are you tonight?
I'm good. I mean, I am really good considering all that is going on. I'm great.
Good. So take a moment right here in this moment and just greet the viewers tonight, all of our Working Wednesdays family. Go ahead and greet our audience tonight.
Hey, everybody. I just want to say thank you. Listen, you guys could be anywhere, but you're here with me and Audra listening to this interview. I got some goodies I want to drop on you tonight. So I just want to thank you for stopping by, and listening to this interview. Thank you.
Good. So glad to have you. Listening to your bio, it sounds like you should be on USA Today or Good Morning America.
I claim
Yes.
that.
I'm prophesying while I'm talking.
Come on.
But it sounds like you have so much good stuff to share with us tonight. So let's just go ahead and jump right in. Let's start talking about, because you talked about your organization when we talked about your bio. So talk about some of the books you've written, whichever books you want to share with us tonight, because I did share that you're a serial author. So kind of share with us where you want to go with your books, what you want to share, what you want to leave with us tonight. Go ahead, right on in there.
Well, when I launched my first book, it's called A Silent Scream: My Story, My Truth. And that book is a very transparent book. And it's a book about my life, the traumas that I suffered, when I was a kid, growing up, and it actually affected me out throughout the adult life. But then I was able to recover from all that, turn my life completely around, and do things totally different. And with The Silent Scream, what the book is all about is the traumas that I suffered, such as physical, mental, sexual abuse, abandonment, and lots of other things. And so when I first wrote the book, I was in such a bad place. I was actually laying in the bed trying to die.
Wow.
I was actually going through a divorce. This guy I met in church, we were both ministers, doing our thing. I'm thinking that I have a great life, and come to find out it was all a lie. And so after that, and now mind you, let me just take you back just a teeny bit. Mind you, this is the man that God said that I should not marry. So I went against God. Yeah, because I told God, he ain't no way. You don't know him better than you know me.
Right.
I don't know him, right?
Right.
So anyway, right. So anyway, after that happened, I'm telling you, I was distraught. I stopped working. I stopped eating. I mean, I literally laid in the bed to wait to die. Like I didn't want to live. And my late bishop's son, his baby son, would call me almost every other day, bug me like, do you need anything? Can I come by? Can I bring you anything? And it was like, I'm like, I know he see I'm laying over here trying to die. I mean, I wish he could, get off my nerve.
Right.
And so anyway, after a while, I was down for a while. But I'm going to tell you this, and people be tripping on me when I say this, but I'm telling you this. I heard God clearly tell me to get up. Just those two words, but it's almost as though he had a full conversation with me when he told me those two words.
Wow.
And when he did, I got up. I started exercising, taking care of myself, eating right. And then the next thing I know, he said, I want you to start writing, and don't put the pen down until the book is finished.
Wow.
And I'm like, what? I started writing and did not stop. And so that's how A Silent Scream came about. And when I wrote that book, it was almost as though all the poison that was inside of my body, it just came completely out. It was like a purge. And holding in all that stuff, it's like a cancer. I can't even explain it to you. And so once I wrote that book, it was just like everything was brand new. The trees were greener, the sky was bluer, the wind just smelled better. I can't even explain it, but I'm gonna just tell you that's just the way I got it. So that was the first book that I wrote, and from that point, I just stepped out and just, went straight into my purpose, the one that God delivered me to.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. Such a powerful statement that is a powerful statement in the sense that you were waiting to die. But I'm going to venture and say you must have known you was going to die if you was waiting to die, because anybody, to me, when I see people who are ready to go, it's almost like I feel like they must know where they're going.
Right.
So let me ask you a personal question. When you said you were waiting to die, do you feel like your soul was secure in that season of your life? Do you feel like you knew God? What kind of conversation do you think you had with God saying, I was just ready to die? Or was there no conversation because you weren't aware of your purpose. You know, where was you mindset in that moment?
Well, I was nowhere near aware of my purpose at all. I had no. See, that is the one thing. When you don't know your purpose for living, you have no hope. There's no hope there.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's the reason why it's very, very important that people understand what their purpose is. Even if they don't know it fully,
Yeah.
they need to know a little bit about what their purpose is that keeps you holding on, that gives you the hope. But when I was laying there, I was hopeless. It was almost as though me and God was having an argument. It was like, I was like, get out of my face. I'm ready to go. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go. I'm tired of this. You just sent me through all this pain and all this hell throughout all my life. You allowed me to go through all of this. And now you even created more pain when I thought I was doing the right thing, marrying a man, doing all that good stuff, the church and But it was just me and my feelings, because had I even listened to God in the first place, I wouldn't have never been in that position.
Yeah.
But not only God told me, my bishop told me, other people told me, but it was like, y'all don't know him. Y'all don't know him. But I didn't understand that even with that journey that I went through, that unnecessary detour that I went through with him, there was still purpose over there in that pain. It was still purpose. And then it was still something over there that I needed to learn or to grasp. It was almost as though it was the final lesson.
Wow.
You know.
Wow.
And so, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it was the final lesson. And so it actually, you know, being in your lowest place, and this is what I need somebody to hear tonight. You could be, it's when you get to your lowest place that God catapulted you to where he wants you to go. And so just because you're in a low place is not a bad thing. It's a bad thing because you're there, but it's a good thing because God wants to propel you into your purpose. And that's what he did when he charged you to write your book.
Absolutely.
And, you know, the healing process, a lot of people don't realize the healing that comes through, you know, writing. And just like you said, it was like a cancer, but when you wrote it, you released it all, you know. And so now that we're talking about the book and how it's impacted you, talk about, you know, your readers. What do you want their takeaway to be from the book? What do you want people to get from the book?
What I want people to understand in this book, because I was extremely transparent, it was like I didn't hold anything back. And I did that on purpose, because what's happening is that people are not telling their stories, and they're not telling their stories because I guess because they don't want to be embarrassed. They don't want to hurt their family. Right. They don't even want to hurt the person that hurt them, right?
Right.
And I wanted people to be able to grab hold of my courage and see that, you know, if I can make it through all of that, everything that should have killed me, everything in that book should have killed me. I should be dead on today. Wow. That if I can make it through and I can turn my life completely around and then and actually obtain the ideal life that I chose to have, then anybody can do it. Yeah. And if I can be forgiven for all the ugly that I did, it was ugly. Come on. Then guess what? If God can forgive me, I can forgive me. Okay? Yeah. So, yeah. So that's the one thing that I want people to understand, is that when you talk about you're not your past, number one. Right. And if God is going to forgive you, if he's going to forgive you, God, he going to forgive you, then girl, go ahead and forgive yourself. It's okay. And then, and if anybody else has something to say about it, tell them to go see God, because God is the one that said he forgive me. He's the one that washed me clean. It was him, not me.
Yes, yes. I love
That's what I want to take away.
I love it. I love it. And so your book is empowering. Not only are you telling your story, but it's like you said, for the purpose of empowering someone else. The Bible says when we are converted, strengthen someone else. So your book is meant to be a strength, and a help to someone else. So let's kind of transition a little bit and let's talk about kintsugi. Talk about the vision
Okay.
for that. Talk about what it means. Because when I first saw it, I was like, kintsugi, what is that? And with us getting closer, and you were like, "Go look it up," and I'm like, "You know what? She's right. Why didn't I look it up?"
Yeah.
But let's talk about kintsugi and tell everybody what it means and the vision that God gave you for kintsugi.
Woo! This is so deep. I used to have a coach, and she was phenomenal. Even though our relationship did not work out, um, the one thing that I noticed, she was a godsend. And it was her who had taught me about kintsugi.
Okay.
When she first told me, I'm like, well, what is it? And she said, look it up.
That's
Okay.
what you tell us to do. Go look it up.
That was one of my assignments. So that's what I did. I looked it up. And when I looked up what kintsugi meant, I knew. And that's when she was born. That's when she was born, in that moment when I looked her up.
Wow.
And I usually charge I usually charge everyone to go and look up what kintsugi means, but I'll go ahead and tell you on tonight. So kintsugi means it's the art of broken pottery that's worthless. It's not worth anything. It's a piece of pottery that's broken into many pieces and it's worthless. But then somebody take it and they put it together using gold or silver lacquer.
Wow.
In those cracks.
Wow.
And so once that pottery is put back together, it's now whole, right?
Yeah.
And when it's whole, it's now priceless. It becomes priceless.
Yeah.
If you go and look up what kintsugi means, kintsugi is the art of putting it back together, but kintsugi is once put back together. That's what it is. And so that's the reason why it was so near and dear to my heart, because it was like, that's it. That's it. That's who I am. I was once that piece of broken pottery that was just laying over there on the sidewalk, all broke up, tore down, right?
Wow.
And it's almost as though God went, he got a dustpan and a broom, and he swept it up in the dustpan, and then he went home, he sat down. God got a home, is the world, but
right, come on now. Paint the picture.
He sat down and he started putting these pieces back together, one by one. And as he was putting these pieces back together, he was taking this liquid gold and filling these little cracks.
Wow.
And then once it became whole, I felt priceless. Like,
wow.
You can't put a price on this joy that I have, this happiness that I have, this wholeness, this peace that I have. You just can't put a price on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's kintsugi.
Wow. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love the aspect of the gold. And we know gold is a precious metal. And so the art of taking that gold and putting us together, and then, like you said, becoming priceless, that you can't even put a price tag on it because it's just worth that much.
That's right.
That's good. That's good stuff. So talk more about kintsugi and what you do, what you offer, and the people that you serve.
So kintsugi Transformations is my life coaching business, but I also offer some other things. I do one-on-one coaching, which is my favorite because I'm a people person. I have a heart for women. I just speak their language, and I also offer the group coaching, and then I actually have an academy that is about to come up, which is going to be we'll probably launch next month. I'm hoping to. It's going to be bananas. I can't wait. It's going to help so many people. So kintsugi is actually growing because I'm going to add some other things to it, like mentorship. Okay. And there's also I give away a lot of free things. Like I just gave a free workbook away today, and it's called So Now What? And it's basically right after the crisis. Wow. What do we do to get past this crisis? What are the steps? How do we do this? So I offered that book for free. And usually my workbooks go anywhere from, it could be $9.95 up to maybe 25. It just depends.
Right.
And so that's one that I'm offering totally free for a short time.
Mm-hmm.
And so Kensuchi, I just see Kensuchi doing a lot of big things, to help women, to help broken women, to really help put these women back together, to give broken women, lost women, misguided women a place to turn to. So they don't have to be lost no more. Because I can remember when I was out in the wilderness, it almost felt I couldn't find no help. I can remember going into Kaiser, was like, I'm done. Can y'all commit me? This is a true story, by the way. They told me, let me triage you, which means let me take your blood pressure, all that good stuff, and had me, a suicidal person, go wait out in the lobby.
Wow.
Okay. So I don't want women to have to go through that. I want for them to be able to have a place to go and get some help, some resources. Yeah. And that's what I really want to be able to provide.
Wow. That's a perfect place to transition. Let's transition into your I'm calling it a fight. I don't know why I feel like it's a fight, but let's talk about your work on the front lines in the healthcare industry. And we're in the midst of COVID-19 and everything that's going on, and you're literally on the front lines. How much can you share about, what you're going through and how it's affecting you? Let's talk a little bit about that. Tell us how that's affecting you.
Well, you know what? Fortunately, I'm a nurse manager. I work in management, so I don't have to hands-on with patients.
Okay.
But I look at the faces of the people, of the CNAs, the janitors, the charge nurses, the supervisors who are hands-on. They are so exhausted.
Wow.
They're exhausted, and it's almost as though the hope is dwindling out of their eyes. And so because who I am, I'm that girl who always try to offer hope to anybody. If I see someone at work who I feel is like maybe overburdened, just tired, I always try to give a positive word, some uplifting, something up. And then me, I'm silly, I'm a jokester, so I'm gonna always try to make somebody laugh and make them feel good. Yeah. So when it comes to this COVID thing, there's so much that's going to come from this. Depression, suicide, hopelessness is and so I just believe that it's our job as God's children, the ones he assigned to the people, to make sure that we're there for them. Because see, my strength may not be your strength, right?
Right.
I know that God made me not to break, but that doesn't mean that the next person won't break. Right. So I try to at least be somebody's strength in this time as much as I can.
Yeah. Wow. So let's talk a bit. Let's shift gear. We constantly shifting gears. But this is what we do when we have multifaceted people on the platform. I like to get a little bit of everything.
Okay.
So let's talk a little bit about legacy and things that you desire to leave to your children and your grandchildren and the continued generations behind you. Let's talk legacy. What are some of the legacy things that you'd like to leave in the earth?
Well, you know what? My whole goal in life is that I want for my grandchildren's grandchildren, their children, and their children to know my name. Okay, that's what I want. Yeah. And the legacy that I'm I am going to leave behind is generational wealth. But here's the thing. I don't want to just leave generational wealth behind. I want to be able to teach them why it's important to leave that generational wealth behind. Yeah. Because if you don't teach them, if you don't put the knowledge there, like nobody put it there for me, I had to learn on my own, right? So if nobody teach them, guess what they're going to do? There won't be no generational wealth for their kids.
Right.
But when their kids and their kids and their kids and their kids pick up that book I want them to see, wow, this was my grandmother. I was related to her. Wow. That's what I want to see. That's what that's what I want to know.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a powerful statement to say you want them to know your name.
Right.
Because how many people can call out their great 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 grandmother's name?
Not me.
Not many. Not me either. I know my great grandmother and I know my great great, but I don't know my third great. I don't know the great 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 grandmother's name. So how many people can call out their family history? Like this is history.
Right.
So you're talking about preserving the history of the family that, they can pick up the book and say, and this is why I always stress, and y'all know I come on every week stressing the importance of writing books.
Right.
This is the importance of writing a book. Because generations to come after you can pick it up and be like, wow, like you said, I'm related to her. This is where I come from.
Right.
So I think that's very important. Where do you see your vision in the next 5 years? What do you see yourself going beyond? Because we know COVID-19 is going to end. It's going to be over. So what do you see yourself doing in the next 5 years?
Well, let me just tell you this about Miss COVID. COVID didn't do nothing but do me a favor coming up on the scene, okay?
All right.
It slowed the whole world down so I can catch up. And I can remember my bishop telling me years ago, he said that I was going to get back 10 years of my life. I feel like this. This is what I feel like when COVID came on the scene. So let me tell you something. She ain't doing nothing up in these parts, okay? She did me a favor. She slowed the whole world down. And you know what? In that time, what I did is I educated myself, developed more programs, developed more workbooks. I connected with more people. Because see, the thing is that Kintsugi Transformations is not Venus. Kintsugi Transformations is women, period. Meaning that I don't need to come and shake your hand personally, physically, okay?
Right.
Kintsugi Transformations is going to speak for all of that, for all of us women. So we're going to be everywhere. We're going to be everywhere. In 5 years, I will be a millionaire. Let me just say that. 5 years, I definitely will be a millionaire.
Yeah.
And in 2 years, I plan on quitting my daytime job because I will be working full time for myself. And I'm putting it out here on social media so that you guys can hold me accountable to that, okay?
Yes. I just posted Shelly's comment up on the screen. She said, that's powerful. Know my name.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people have different requests about what they want to leave behind. They want to leave money. They want to leave this or that. But just a simple statement that I want them to know my name. So she was touched by that, by you saying you just want them to know your name. So talk about what you have coming up. What's coming down the pipeline for Venus, for Kintsugi? What are some things that you have coming up down the pipeline?
Wow. Let's see. So sometime this month, I'm also a co-author in Brutal Courage. Okay. So that's going to be dropping this month. I cannot wait. We're going to have a blast with that.
Yes.
Let's see. I also was a co-author or one of the authors in Wounded Wife. So I'm telling you, all you wives who want to be wives, y'all need to get that book. It's by Tanya DeFreitas. I'm telling you, that book is something else. So I also have a couple more books that's going to be hitting this year. I'm not going to say when, but there's two that's going to be hitting. Going to also have a journal that's going to be released. And of course, every month in Kintsugi Transformations, we release a new workbook every month. Every month is a new workbook. And then usually what I'm trying to do with Kintsugi Transformations is give one free workbook every single month. And with that. And the last thing, wow, there's so many things, but I'll just say this too. Kintsugi Transformations, we're going to be launching an academy, and hopefully we can launch at the end of this month. It's going to be I'm telling you, when I say amazing, girl.
Wow. Sounds amazing.
Yes, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing.
Wow. So you planning for the big launch for the Academy at the end of the month. Wow.
I'm going to.
How did you birth the Academy? Let's talk about that.
Well, because of the women that I surround myself with.
Yes.
You're one of them.
Yes, ma'am.
I've always been gently nudged to go to the next level. You know, the one thing that I love about Beauty Brains books and business is that with you guys, it's almost as though we don't let each other get comfortable.
Right.
It's almost like, you're comfortable. Oh, you need something to do. Well, hold on. Hold on, I got something. And so when it came to doing the Academy, I was like, I can't do the Academy because I don't know how to do no course. I don't know how to put that together. And I keep remembering, God said, don't even worry about it because He's gonna send you your tribe. He's gonna send you everything that you need. Don't even trip, right?
Yes.
So then I put it in our little group, and then who hits me back? Audra. Don't even trip. I got you, right? So when she taught me how to put these courses together, I almost fell off the couch. And y'all know I already got a broken ankle. But I almost fell off the couch because I'm thinking like, God, you a trip. You know, you said you was gonna send me a tribe, and He did. Right. And He also said that because He gave me this assignment, one that I didn't even want in the first place, and I thought that I wasn't worthy of, and one that I didn't think that I could handle. He said, "Don't even trip, because I'm gonna send you what you need to get through this journey." Yeah. So and that's what's happening. Yeah. That's simply what's happening.
Wow. Yes. So your master anthologist just put in the comments, because I got a watch party going. I got a couple things going. But in the comment, she says, don't forget to talk about, she didn't say it this way, but I'm telling you, silent screen. Talk about a silent screen.
Silent no more. Silent no more.
Silent no more. Okay, right. Okay.
I was going to sort of kind of save that for last because there's a little twist to this.
Oh, okay.
Let me go ahead and speak on it now.
You can hold it if you want. You want to hold it?
Okay. No, it's okay. So, as you guys know, and I know that you've been seeing the advertisements lately here and there. I'm doing an anthology, and it's called Silent No More: My Story, My Truth. And Tanya DeFreitas is actually the administrator of that anthology. But here's the twist to it. This anthology was just supposed to be for women, and the anthology is about women who need to be able to tell their story, the trauma that they suffered. These are for women this anthology is for women who really don't want to write a whole book for right now, but do want to tell part of their story to get them started, so that even that they can even have the title author, because a lot of people feel like that's important for them, right? It's important for me. Yeah. But what happened was this. God started dealing with me, and next thing I know, men started hitting me left and right. Like, I'm interested. And I'm thinking to myself, but this anthology is for women. So I thought. So now what we did, we sort of kind of pulled back the advertising for just a second, because we are going to actually do an anthology for women and one for men. It'll still be Silent No More: My Story, My Truth, for women, one for men. So yes. And if anybody is interested or knows someone who is interested, who want to be able to tell their story, tell their truth, get that cancer off their body, drop your email. You can drop your email in the comments here, or you can inbox me with your email. I'll get your email over to my to the administrator, and she will send you all the information you need.
Wow, this is good stuff. So I just want to bring our audience in really quickly. Thank you, everybody who's listening in with us tonight. It's such a great candid conversation with author, business owner extraordinaire Venus Chandler. And so you were talking about, the Lord told you to that He would send your tribe and He would send people. And so Erlina, who's a playwright and movie producer, says, when the Lord give you, He will supply what you need. It's just we have to be in the waiting room
One.
until, yes, until God brings the right team with the missing connected pieces.
Yes.
That is good stuff because a lot of people get out the waiting room because they don't want to wait. But
Mm-hmm.
but the Bible says when you write the vision, make it plain. Though it tarries, wait on it.
That's
So
right.
you gotta wait on the vision. So what you're doing is you're now seeing the manifestation of God putting the pieces together.
Yes.
Come on here, He putting the pieces
Yes.
together so that
Woo.
your vision can run. So those that come can run with it. So I thought that was a really, really good point. Thanks for sharing that, Queen Erlina. Thank you for sharing that tonight. So let's talk a little bit more about. So we know where you want to go in 5 years. What kind of words of encouragement would you give our viewers tonight, especially someone who's on the fence, who's like, I want to tell my story, but I'm afraid. I'm afraid, like you said, that you're gonna hurt the person who hurt you. As if not that you're trying to pay them back, but you just want to be free.
Right.
So what kind of words of encouragement would you give someone who might be like sitting on the fence, about telling their story?
Audra, you know what? I get so many inboxes every day about this.
Mm.
People are so afraid. They're so afraid
Wow.
to tell, not because they're not really afraid for themselves. They are really afraid for other people, their
Mm-hmm.
family, even the person who hurt them. I was there. I
Yeah.
was so afraid of telling my story because I was like, if I tell my story, it's gonna hurt that person, it's gonna embarrass this person, but here's
Mm-hmm.
what I tell people:
Yeah.
that if you continue to hold that cancer on the inside of you, you will die. You will
Wow.
die. It will kill you. You will have a slow death.
Wow.
Most people who is carrying around those secrets are usually addicted to alcohol, drugs, sex, and a whole lot of other stuff. And that was your girl right here. That was me.
Mm.
So,
Wow.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So, as long as you continue to carry that cancer around, you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna you continue to carry all those other things around with you, right? So
Wow.
what I say to people who inbox me is this, and this is what I mean. You don't owe anybody an explanation as to why you're telling your story.
That's right.
You don't need permission. The
Mm.
only thing that you need to do is put them on notice. That's
Mm.
it.
Okay.
If they don't like it, they can go over there. Because I'm
Mm.
going to tell you a real quick story. When I first dropped my book, A Silent Scream, My Story, My Truth, when I first dropped the book, I was bold. I was brave. I was like, hey, yeah. One of the people, one of my family members hit me up, called me, fussing, cussing, and hadn't even read the book yet. But, just because of what they heard.
Mm.
And I was so hurt because I'm thinking, I hurt this person. Oh my God, I hurt this I didn't mean to hurt this person. This person I love. Like, I paid homage to in my book. I
Yeah.
love.
Yeah.
I called my publisher, was like, take that book down, take that book down. She was like, what? I was like, please take it down. And so we took the book down. So I went into a depression. I
Mm.
became re-victimized. I was
Wow.
re-victimized.
Wow.
And I was in such a deep depression. I can remember God saying to me as clear as yesterday or as today. And He said, pick up that book. Spirit. It's called Spirit Check. And it's by a friend of mine. Her name is Michelle Harris Collins. And I had bought this book like months before my book had dropped. And he
Mm-hmm.
told me to pick up that book. And I'm thinking, I don't want to pick up no book because I don't want to read. I don't want to do nothing. I just want to lay here in the dark and drink, be drunk. That's it, right? So I picked up that book anyway because that's what he told me to do. I picked up that book and that book fell open to the spirit of intimidation.
Wow.
I read that chapter It's almost like and mind you, I was drunk, right? I completely sobered up, got up, turned on the light, took a shower, got out the shower, called my publisher, said, get that book back up.
Wow.
That person quit speaking to me for about a year. But it was like, I love you, but it doesn't matter.
Right.
I love you, but it doesn't matter. Even when she came to me and was like, this, that, and the other, I'm like, listen, I love you, but this is my story. It's my truth. It's my perception. It's what happened to me. I have a right to tell it, period.
That's
but
right.
guess what? But guess what ended up happening?
What's that?
From that, she was able to gain strength, and she is now writing her own book.
Wow. Wow.
Yes.
Those are great words of encouragement.
Yes.
Because some people are sitting on the fence and worried, concerned, and you went through it all.
Yes.
You went through being called, the phone calls, the intimidation, but it broke for you. So somebody has a question. I'm gonna put it up on the screen. They said, "What if your story is short? I'm not afraid to hurt the perpetrator, but I just relegated this experience to a short frame in my mind as a way to keep from being traumatized." So sounds like they have compartmentalized this incident in one place in their mind. And so what if it's short? This is a perfect opportunity to invite them into, go ahead.
Yeah. So even if your story is short, that's fine. The anthology that we're doing I think it's from 500 to 1,500 words. 500 words, of course, it's nothing. It's just a short story. And let me tell you, it doesn't matter how short your story is. If this is a story that's affecting you, that has affected you, and that you feel like it's locked inside and you need to get that story out, you need to get that truth told, tell it. This is the anthology to be able to tell it. And let me tell you, this is another thing too. With this anthology, if you do not want to disclose who you are, you don't have to. In this anthology, the anthologies, every person will be called a truth. So it'll be truth 1, truth 2, truth 3. You'll be numbered unless you want to be, unless you want to say, this is who I am. Me, I'm going to always say, this is Venus Chandler, because I want people to understand that what happened to me and that I came out of it, and I don't mind talking about it. Yeah. So that's another thing that you can do too.
Wow, that's good stuff. So you have the opportunity to share it. Like you said, with the anthology coming up, it's a perfect opportunity. Do you have a max number, or are you shooting for a certain number of people, or how many are you looking to share their truth?
So right now, my mission is called 100 Voices. And let me tell you why. Why I'm looking for 100 voices. Because for every voice, every one of those voices, there's 100 voices connected to that voice. And to that voice, there's another 100. Yeah. So I am seeking 100 voices to stand with me, because the one way that we can eradicate these traumas, or nearly eradicate them, is if we start talking. We start putting it out there. Because then these people who create these traumas, they're going to know that we're going to tell it. They're going to know our kids is going to tell it. They're going to know their friends is going to tell it. They're going to know that the neighbors is going to tell it. We have to start talking about our truth. We have to start telling our story. Because that's the only way that other people is going to speak up and speak out and stand in their truth. And let me tell you, it's almost as though we're forming an army. Come for one of us if you want to. Okay?
That's good. Yeah. Wow, that's good stuff. And you got to link arm in arm. I do literally see an army of people link arm in arm, forming a barricade around, and a barricade and a level of protection around this truth. Wow. And when it's protected like that, the persons that want to intimidate. See, what happened was, now I'm getting ready to shift, so get ready. So what happened was, when you broke the intimidation and you identified that spirit and you broke it, you were not just breaking it for yourself. You were breaking it for everybody that was coming behind you.
Mhm.
And so that's the reason why everybody who's going to join forces, these 100+ people, I know you're shooting for 100, but I see 100+. So
Woo.
get prepared to do more than one volume. That's number one. Get prepared for that. And number two, get prepared. Oh, that about Shay. It's flowing. Get prepared for a talk show specifically around these issues. Specifically around these issues. It's going to be a talk show platform. And what's going to happen is it's going to be people who are going to tell their truth, but then you're going to have specialists on your panels. So you're going to have doctors, you're going to have therapists, you're going to have these kind of people on hand because this thing's going to get bigger than just what you're going to be capable of doing. But
Jesus.
the goal that you have in mind is helping people. And
Mhm.
because that's at the base of what you do, God is going to set more people up. But I definitely see a talk show
My God.
specifically for this developing around this because
Mhm.
people don't have platforms, they don't have avenues, they don't have means in order to share their story. And so
Yeah.
God was just setting you up,
Mhm.
to break that. When you broke that spirit, you weren't just breaking it for you.
My God.
You are breaking it for everybody that is coming behind you. And
Wow.
also, and what I also see, and this was coming to me earlier when you were talking, I see you going to China, came in my spirit, China. I don't know what God's going to do with that or how he's going to connect you to China, but he's going to connect you to China. You're going to get a platform there and you're going to be traveling there. So, what I heard the Lord say is that in this season that you're in, and it may seem like these 3 weeks, we know you and I know the time frame, but these 3 weeks that God is sitting you down may seem like a short span, but it's going to be so much. He's going to have you doing this short span because of where he's getting ready to catapult you to.
Whew.
And so where you are is not where you're going to be in even 12 months. You set a goal for, I think you said 2 years, 5 years, or something like that. But
Years.
I hear the Lord say that if you maximize the time in the season that you're in right now, it could be shorter.
Woo.
It don't even have to take as long as you think it will take because the connections that you're going to make. Thank you, Holy Spirit. When you develop this platform, and this talk show, this is where that connection from. It's going to come from that platform. So, however the Lord gives you to roll it out, to put it together, you got to be obedient because there's so many things at stake for the sake of your
Mhm.
obedience. So that's what I hear the Lord say, but I definitely see you connecting to China. I don't know how God's going to do that, but that is what he is going to do.
That's confirmation. You know why? Because the night before last, I had a dream. I had a
Mm.
dream that I ended up in China. And I
Are
kept
you
asking myself,
serious?
how did I end up here? Yes. I kept saying, and
Wow.
I even told my husband about it. I'll bring him in here. He could tell you. But I
Wow.
asked myself, like, how did I end up in China? And I was kind of confused, but I was like, it just felt like almost as though like that's where I was supposed to be. But it was
Mm.
just crazy. And that's why I wrote it down right now when you just said it. I said confirmation. That's
Wow.
crazy. Yes,
Wow.
yes,
Well,
yes.
he's giving you another part and another piece to the puzzle. And
Mm-hmm.
so now what you have to do, and this is what I hear the Lord say, because sometimes we get a prophetic word and I'm inquisitive. I want to know the end. Lord, what's next? And so we want to hurry up and figure this thing out.
Uh-huh.
But I hear the Lord say you don't have to be in a rush to figure it out because what you're doing now is going to put the pieces together. So you got to do what you are doing in this season because when that time comes, you'll be prepared for it.
Wow.
You'll be ready for it. But you got to maximize where you are right now because if you don't maximize it, when the season comes, it's
Woo.
going to skip over you. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? And you don't want to be skipped over. You
Yeah.
want to be able to get whatever God has when that
Right.
door opens. It's like a door that opens. And I'll give the simplest analogy that I can to make it make sense. If
Mm.
somebody came to your bathroom door and you just got out the shower and they just opened the door and you just got out the shower, you're not ready to deal with anybody because you just got out the shower, right?
Right.
So you're not dressed for the occasion. But
Right.
if they came to your front door, you're not going to open your front door and you don't have clothes on.
Right. It makes sense.
You see what I'm saying? So what you're doing is preparing you so when the door opens, you won't get caught without your clothes on.
Wow. Okay. Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
So God is getting ready to do some astronomical things in your life,
Oh
but
my
you
God.
gotta get the stage set. You gotta get it set so that you are ready when that door flings open. You're gonna go right through the door.
All right now. All
Yeah.
right. Yes.
So tell everybody where they can find you online, your website, social media handles. Tell everybody where they can find you at.
Well, let's see. On Facebook, you can find me at Coach Venus Chandler or Venus Chandler. You can also find me on Instagram at Coach underscore Venus Chandler. And of course, I'm also on Facebook under Kinsuchi Transformation Life Coaching Services. So you can always look me up there. And let's see, email info at venuschandler.com. And of course, if you want to check out my website, it's kinsuchitransformations.com. And then one last little piece. I don't know if you guys know, but I also do printing. We do t-shirts, hats,
Yes.
mugs. We do mock-ups. We do a little bit of everything. And we actually have some new stuff that we're about to start dabbling with. So you can also reach me at sparksandsparksprinting@yahoo.com.
Awesome, awesome. So you heard it from the serial entrepreneur herself. You can get everything you need at her doorstep, from online courses to t-shirts, mugs. Uh, you guys were doing masks at one time. I remember
We
seeing
still do them.
those.
We
Yeah,
still do them. Yeah.
still doing masks. We're still in COVID, y'all. Y'all still should be masked up. I'm just saying. So she got masks, books, courses, her academy. I'm so happy to hear about her academy is launching. She's saying the end of this month. So hey, step out, do it. You know, you can
Yep.
find her at it, all of her websites, kinsujitransformations.com, right?
Uh-huh.
Kinsujitransformations.com. So what are the final words that you like to leave with our viewers tonight? What are some final words?
Ladies, look, and I don't even know if any gentlemen are here, but I'm sorry. But listen, you guys, whenever you're ready to reset your life, just reset. You can reset as often as you want to. Don't let nobody tell you because that's who you was or that's what you did, that's who you are. It's not true. If you don't like where you are in your life, change it. If
Yeah.
you have difficulties with that, I offer one-on-one coaching. And I
Mhm.
think that I'm probably the least expensive of them all. I
Mhm.
even do payment plans. So
Mhm.
just know that. Just stay prayed up. Stay prayed up
Mhm.
and watch your association. Because this is what I'm going to tell you is that you don't watch your association so much because of you, but because of who you are.
Right.
Being who you are in God, in Christ, you can hurt somebody. Somebody else can get hurt as a result of who you
Mhm.
are in Christ because
Yeah.
they're not protected, but you are. So
Wow.
just just be careful of your association. Be careful of the people you surround yourself with. That's what I'm gonna say.
Wow. That's excuse me. That's a powerful statement that you might be protected, but they're not.
And that,
Wow. That
and
is
my
good
anointing can
stuff.
hurt you. And my
Yeah.
anointing can get you hurt.
You're right. You are so right about that. It can get somebody in some serious danger. So let's go ahead and do our final shout outs for the night. Sade, good evening. Hello. There's a Deneen Patterson listening. Good evening, Deneen. Mildred Burge. Good evening. Good evening. Arena. Good evening, Shelly, Tanisha. We got some people on my watch party too. Rayon Ball. So we did at least have one guy out there I know. Tanya was watching, is watching. Zandra Washington is watching. Tam is watching. Let's see who else is out there. And we acknowledge Khalil Sadi for Prabhu. I'm not sure who that is.
Hey.
Um, and Janelle. So we got a nice Lisa. Hey, Lisa. I didn't see Lisa was on there. Lisa Manigo. Good evening. Good evening. So thank you, everybody. Mecca. I didn't see Mecca was on. Hey, Mecca. Kesey. So good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for stopping by the Working Wednesdays broadcast. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on tonight. And thank you so much. We appreciate you coming on. Any other final words that you have for us tonight?
No, everybody just take care of yourself. Don't be caught up or consumed about what's going on out in this world. Trust me, it's a big old distraction. Stay
Mm,
prayed up and just stay true to who you are. That's
mm.
it.
Wow, that's good stuff. Thank you so much for joining. God
Yeah,
bless you. God bless the business. And I look forward to hearing about your expansion, your global expansion. It's coming soon.
okay.
All right. Have a good night.
All right. Good night, everybody.
All right, everybody. So thank you so much for everyone who is joining me tonight. I'm putting my link up. I'm going to end us with my video for my book that launches this week. We are so grateful for Venus stopping by here tonight. Thank you for everyone who stayed on the whole time. We like to be at about an hour, so we do appreciate your presence tonight and for joining us. And so this week I have a book launch coming up. My book is called The Vow. Let me show you all a copy of The Vow. So this is my new book that is coming out this week. It's called The Vow. And I wrote this book as a it started actually in my personal prayer time where I just was making personal vows to myself. And a friend of mine was like, hey, everybody, ladies need this book. And so I took what I was doing in my personal prayer time and then I put it into the form of this workbook. And so you can actually get a copy of it. It is still on pre-order. All books will ship this week. So thank you for everyone who has purchased a copy so far. The virtual launch party is coming Friday evening. So please join me for the launch party. There will be giveaways, door prizes, and all kind of great stuff to encourage the ladies out there. So I have the link in the comments. And if you have any questions, you want to reach out to Venus. She has all kind of great services that are available to you. You are welcome to reach out to her website, and also on social media as Venus Chandler, and she will direct you where you need to go. So you all have a good evening, and we're going to end with my video for The Vow. So have a good night, everybody.